How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. How about these Buckeyes? Now, it was definitely a game I think a lot thought was closer than it would have been, but I tell you what, I thought this Minnesota team was for real. Going into it, I was a little bit nervous about it. You had a rookie quarterback, a lot of new faces starting in this team, and you had Minnesota who's bringing back some veteran players. A Minnesota team that was a really good football team 2 years ago. Now, we've seen what happened last season with the shortened season, but we've seen Penn State struggle too. Are we just going to count them out because they had one downish type of year? No, this is a tough or really well-coached football team that played some really good ball a couple years ago. You was going into Minnesota, and they played Ohio State strong. Fully expected that. Looking at Ohio State, though, I think the first thing we was looking at here was, how did this game start? You knew C.J. Stroud, all eyes were going to be on him, the freshman, the 19-year-old quarterback. How was he going to play in this game? Was the moment going to be too big for him, playing on the road again? Tough place to play, Minnesota. Tough place to play anywhere. First game of the year when it's not at home and it's college football. I mean, it's tough in general, right? As a 19-year-old, that's a lot of, pressure on your shoulders here. And I thought Ryan Day and those guys, they started the game out pretty well. It looked like he was confident. He went out there, they got them short passes, them bubble screens. Those passes that really get the quarterback's confidence going, if you will. They did a pretty good job of that early for this Bengals, or for this Buckeyes team. We're getting there. 1 week away. But it looked really good for this Buckeyes team there, and ended that with that Williams touchdown. I tell you what, Williams looks like the best back on this team right now. As far as I'm concerned, it looked like he was doing a good job of, making some good cuts, making some guys miss, and even carrying some guys, for some extra yards there. You had that Henderson big touchdown run in there. And I tell you what, that guy, that speed, that explosion, the Buckeyes could have themselves quite the 1-2 punch at running back here. And it could get pretty nasty, because when you seen that guy just blow through the entire defense like that, that was something else right there to see. And this really was a game where it felt like the Buckeyes, they were going to run away with it. You get to 4th and 1. Minnesota's got the ball on their own territory. Early-ish in the game still. PJ goes out there, rolls the dice with his team. And I thought that was the right decision early. You punt that ball back to Ohio State. They get the momentum. They scored another touchdown. You're down 17-0. Then things could get out of hand. He goes for it on 4th and 1. Picks it up. And they continue to cruise down the field, and you see what Morgan made that pass to Dalen Wright. Dalen Wright looked really good in this game. Made that pass. It was just a perfect pass. The guy was just outsized the Buckeyes DB there, and touchdown, right? Touchdown 7-10. The Buckeyes had themselves a game. Heck, they was going into halftime with a chance to be down 2 possessions. Big sack there by Simon to end the half, though. As, again, Minnesota was kind of pushing the ball down the field there. You knew what they wanted to do in this game. They wanted to run that ball, and they wanted to run that ball a lot with Ibrahim, and you cannot blame them. That guy, it is unfortunate. It puts knots in your stomach watching that guy walk through the locker room in that boot. A lot of people speculating, talking it could be an Achilles tear there. That guy looks like a stud. And he tore up the Buckeyes, when they played him a couple years ago. He's a good player. So hoping for nothing but the most of health for that guy right there. Big player for that team. I mean, guy looked like he had some NFL aspirations in him as well. It felt like a very Buckeye-esque 2020 defense, if you will. There, I mean, there was, there's a lot of holes in the defense. They was giving up a lot of big plays. But what they did really well in this game, once again, as they've done in the past, they had a couple big plays. That sack was one of them, ending the half. And then you had the Zach Harrison strip sack. Opens up the game. The touchdown off of that play there. Couple big plays by this defense that really helped turn things into the Buckeyes' favor here. Something we've seen a lot of. Definitely some room for improvement, but it's nice to see they still have those big play type of playmakers on this defense. But we also say very OSUS because, we see Ryan Day kind of get into that mood where he wants to just sling that football and sling it a lot. And kind of feels like he gets away from the run game. They could do a better job establishing it. Because, again, this is a game... Buckeyes offensive line, it's strong. It's dominant. It's been there, years for now, or 4 years. And once again, that's what it looked like this game. It just didn't run the ball as much. They got into that third quarter, though. They ran the ball, knocked off a few 5, 10, 15-yard runs after they started to get a little run game going. Forced Minnesota to respect both aspects of the game. But I tell you what, you got to love what you've seen out of C.J. Stroud here. Road game, pouring down rain, threw that interception, or you wondered how he'd bounce back after that interception down again. You look calm. You look confident. Again, you've seen him throw a couple of them deeper balls on the money. A couple of them that he missed earlier in the game and connected with, who else? Olave, Garrett Wilson. These guys just continue to be studs for this team. Olave had what, a buck 17, and he had Garrett Wilson with 80 receiving yards himself there. Both of those guys continuing to prove just how talented they are. I like what I've seen out of the Buckeyes in this game. I ain't worried about it. I think Minnesota's going to be a strong football team. And Ohio State came in there on the road, played them tough, won the game. Ultimately, that's what you wanted to see. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.